The Secret Garden Project, Scholten Baijings, commissioned by Textielmuseum, Tilburg, the Netherlands. A woman and two men work at a large white table. We received a collection assignment from the Textielmuseum, as well as the commission to design the overall exhibition. The two projects enabled us to show a total vision, and that, of course, is really unique. Fabric is measured, and painted tape is peeled off a sheet of plastic. The nice thing about such a collection assignment is that you allow yourself the time to study, as long as necessary, to achieve the right result. A bright green grid is stitched onto canvas. Normally, we wouldn't do that, because so many other projects also need our attention. Two women feed the painted canvas through a sewing machine. We make everything by hand, all samples, all materials. We really are makers, so we have to actually see things. We can make a sketch, that's fine, and we can also show something on a computer, but in the end it really has to exist. A woman draws a beetle, then hurries down a flight of stairs to help another designer hold woven fabric up to a window. The garden is central to this Textielmuseum project. That was on our minds from the very start, how we envisioned it. Fabric samples are compared. It was a collection assignment. Design a new textile, that was the request. And design a new piece of furniture, that was the second request. Well, having the garden at this location gave us the idea for the Secret Garden Project, in which we try to find out how a much-used theme, flora and fauna, could be a new source of inspiration and perhaps lead to new results. Designers work with mesh circles and computers and pin title cards, sketches, illustrations, paintings, and fabric samples to wall-mounted design boards. All fabrics have been translated into different periods of the year. For example, earth has been translated into canvas. Fabric has been hand-painted with the intention of bringing the blossoms forward, as Monet did in his days. We also researched techniques that allowed different expressions to be translated on silk, raw wool, and fine cotton. Three designers working with pastel-colored circles share a smile. Fabric is trimmed with scissors and considered by several members of the design team. Loose threads are brushed from a bolt of lime green fabric, and thread samples are stapled to a sheet of paper. Perhaps the process of designing a fabric looks simple, but it's a process that requires a lot of experimentation. Showing samples, adjusting, picking out different yarns again. It's often unclear beforehand what the influence of a yarn will be on the final overall appearance of a fabric. So sometimes it is a surprise. The fabric might be sent back. It comes in, we roll it out, we look at the result again. It's a really lengthy process. Fabric is trimmed. And the glass door to the bright, open, and collaborative product development workspace is slid open. Elsewhere, a power loom is monitored by a woman holding scissors, a pen, and a roll of tape. A yellow warning light flashes. The Textile Lab allows us to bring along other yarns, wet yarn or even steel yarn, very difficult yarns that are not really meant for weaving. So we've even used real silver wire for our blanket with the insects. The beetle is woven into the fabric. Real silver? Real silver? That old bobbin that we... Yes. Oh. We've been working with the Textielmuseum for years, and we work exclusively with Stef. Because Stef Miro, who works there, we always call him the wizard, is a genius in converting what we have in mind. So we always show him on fabric or paper the look and feel we want to achieve, and then we tell him, for instance, that it needs to be more refined or not, and then he enters it into the computer, converts it, and transfers it to the loom. And then you finally stand beside a machine in the museum and watch and stop and say it should be a little more refined or not. Then we go back to the computer. Printing is actually very similar to weaving. You have a thread that you melt, and then you put that on top of another thread. So you actually create a fabric, but then three-dimensional. 3D printed forms are examined. The whole team looked at the piece of furniture and we asked ourselves, what should it be like? We wanted the fabrics to be suspended. The piece of furniture really stands for who we are. It is very transparent, very layered. It has grids. It almost floats. We love beauty and harmony, but color is also very important. Especially color that makes you think, something's happening here. Is that fun or not? With a bit of an edge. We always do too much. So if you see this collection, then you also see just how much work has gone into it, including samples, beautiful fabrics and materials, and this makes you wonder, was it wise to do that much? It's a big study project, and afterwards you forget just how much energy it took. But it doesn't matter anymore, because you found inspiration and new ideas. So it's the start of a new beginning. Textielmuseum, Textile Lab. This collection assignment was carried out by Scholten Baijings in the Textile Lab of the Textielmuseum and in their own studio. The Secret Garden project has been purchased with financial support from Creative Industries Fund of the Netherlands, with special thanks to Steph Miro, Susan Russler, and Caroline Boot from the Textielmuseum, and the team from Scholten Baijings. Translation, Dagmar Speer. With special thanks to Rijksmuseum Amsterdam. A film by Inge Pauweliet and Mark Weeman.